And remember, when Papic was in charge, he had the likes of Isaac Chancellor on his books. But of course, he's now coaching a national team and is hoping to be equally as successful. Even as we kick off here, Eswatini in the blue, taking the ball from right to left. Zambia, then the opposite is the case in orange and black. Samach Super joins me here in this game that is very, very vital. It's the last. Whoever loses here, well, Zambia has to lose by 2 goals. But whoever loses in the end on aggregate does not qualify. That could be terrible for Zambia, having won the first away game, the first leg of the game, which was away. Shamenda now in possession. Long one that looking for Kampamba. It goes out in some. Long one into that 18, and Zambia heads, and it's going to be they're going to let it go out for a throw in.
And trying to finish off, and trying to finish off Eswatini.
So let's see what happens here. It's going to be a long throw in. This comes again. Zambia heads. It was almost an attempt. They try to shoot, but blockade. And Zambia looks like they'll be coming away with that one there. Emmanuel Chabula back in defense. But Eswatini again going forward. But it's a foul that. And Zambia now will probably be able to start again. But they've started very, very quick off the blocks, Eswatini.
Well, Eswatini, they are the away side. But at this point in time, they look like they are going to give everything as it's Zambia now in attack.
Chabula brings in the cross, and they do clear though. So very quickly, Chabula just one time upon getting possession of that one there, and they will try to come away with it with Sifiso. And now, again a foul, but it could have been an advantage because really it's going to Eswatini. I'm sure they would have preferred the advantage as opposed to the ball being taken back, but it has been taken back now. The right fullback to take that one, Linda. Long one, Chama just avoids that one straight to Tostan Sabata. Tostan Sabata is your typical goalkeeper, you feel. He kind of looks like he's got long arms, you know, as opposed to your natural infield player. Well, if that's the case, well, that's a mark of a goalkeeper, isn't it? Long one this, and they do clear their lines with Mabelesa in that center of the Eswatini defense. Zambia throw in Kampamba now. Benson. 0-1-2s here. Mila Piri, but goes out, throw in Zambia. Mila again to take that one. Everything happening on the left flank. I've not seen much happening on this year's side as Benson Sakala just tries to position himself. Benson Sakala, one of those players that's not flashy to watch, but just does his job. Does the donkey work for any team he plays for. Cross coming from Mwila. They make a mistake here. Taps on Kaseba, lays it off. He does a bad job though, and they do clear their lines eventually. So taps on there with that. Not too good a pass there. Sirimba will let it play. No, he prefers the throw in. Takes a long one, taps on, under pressure from the captain. And nicely done now. Shimende crosses. Wale! Zambia has taken the lead. Chabula with the goal. And quick start and really courtesy here. Sirimba with that quick throw in. And the Zambian bench is upstanding with only 4 minutes gone in the first half.
It's a quick break by Zambia. Eswatini didn't see it coming. Silwimba to Shamende, and in the box, Chabula up front, opening the floodgates, and it's Zambia 1, Eswatini 0. What an afternoon we have to look forward to.
Well, the fans are excited here. It's hot out here today, but nothing like an early goal to just cool off the situation. Chabula there, not seemingly excited. I'm thinking he's hoping for a hat-trick. So it's just saying this is but the first goal already. And Shamenda here with that layoff that's brilliantly timed.
The Eswatini defense cut wide open, and Zambia is now ahead. Shamende in the middle, Chabula right place, right time. Zambia in front.
Oh, I just love the way he just slid onto that one and just picked his spot right in the corner. But what's interesting is how he's really not celebrated now. for whatever reason. But even now, back to live pictures, it's free kick in quite a tasty area there for Eswatini, and they've got a number of players that have gone forward as Zambia has taken the lead here. One got to nil in the 4th minute, courtesy Chabula. But you can see the captain there of Eswatini, Mamba Suboniso, right in the thick of things. As you can easily tell, they're going to just try and float it. It's interesting if he just tried to go for goal. And you got 2 players there standing in the war there, Kampamba and the goal scorer Chabula. But let's see how this one is going to be taken. Floated in, and having headed that, good clearance in the end, and that's Clement Mwape. Very strong. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes for in his movement and reading of the game. Tostan Sabata backing out instructions in that 18 area. He's only got one man manning one of his goal posts. That's the boys taking a bit too high, and they let it go out for a throw in to Zambia. Well, Zambia has started very well the game, just going according to script, Sam.
Well, it's an interesting game we now have on our hands, because since it's 2-0 on aggregate, Eswatini now cannot sit back. They now have to attack. They have to come out of their shell, and that makes for an interesting spectacle, because now we're going to expect end-to-end stuff.
End-to-end stuff is the word, really, the operative word here. But also, 3 goals is what Eswatini needs to win this one. Now, Zambia look like they're not relenting. Chabula, he lets the ball bounce, brings it down with consummate ease. Kampamba now, he can shoot from there. We know that he does shoot, and what a save, top draw from the goalkeeper, Sandinazwe. And it was really, really close, but Kampamba, you don't give him that much room. They have not really read what's supposed to be happening in and around each and every player. Kampamba dangerous from that position.
Well, it's a very, very dangerous goal. He went for goal when the Eswatini defense thought that he would either maybe even pass, but the goalkeeper saw it coming in the end. The best save of the game so far at this point.
Goalkeeper Kampamba takes the result and corner, heads, goalkeeper again makes the save, point blank from Chabula this time. Yes, Chabula on a brace here, just about making it count, but again, Mathebula making things happen. Very quickly taken this, but looks like the referee decided this needs to be retaken. There was a little bit of push and shove going on, so Kampamba will retake that, and this time they'll have to change it. It was quickly done with Zambia having a quick 1-2 there in that 18 area. But now, long one, this heads for Zambia. Taps on Kaseva. It's a bit too high for him. It goes out completely for a goal kick. They start very quickly. They know what's at stake. Eswatini, and they still believe that 2-3 goals is possible in a game. Turning around now, it's the captain, Mabelesa, who's been very involved so far as Chama lets the ball go out, goes back to Tostan Savata. Interesting about Chama though in summer, because you'd have thought he's going to end his career at Gir Buffaloes. Has been there forever, and next thing is going to Zesco United. Zesco know what they want, because they've got a lot of games and they need that experience. With Odiambo also in that defense, not as steady as he used to be, because he's very injury prone. I think it was a good buy.
Well, getting Adrian Chama, you can sort of read into the thinking of the Zesco United management, because it looks like he's been brought in especially because of the CAF Champions League, and it is believed that the ambition of Zesco does really match the getting of Adrian Chama. And at the national team setup, you can say that he's one of the more experienced players, hence he's wearing the captain's armband.
Definitely wearing the captain's armband. Has done that for quite some time as Chabula races to that one there. But again, nicely cleared in the end by Luazi. Taken away for a throw in to Zambia. Throw in. Just about 9 minutes gone. Zambia has taken the lead early on in the 4th minute. Taps on Kaseba. Backtracking. Benson Sakala. Wilapiri. Sakala again. Turns his marker conspicuous with those red boots. Oh, brilliantly done. Asanga Walete. And again, cross comes in. Zambia. Goalkeeper comes and collects. But Tebula has been very, very busy man in that goalpost.
Well, obviously he's been the busier of the two. He's been the busier of the two goalkeepers. As Zambia are not relenting, still putting Eswatini very under pressure here.
But again, they'll try and break away now, Eswatini, with Mamba Fenalo. Under pressure, they're still in possession, though. They try to control the ball, and eventually they do. And it's that man, Metza Sifiso, wide now to the left footer, who takes it again onto the right, yet again, Dlamini Pinda. Putting a couple of passes together, very good for confidence. Pinda with the one-off, but different wavelengths. Clement Mwape clears. But they've got a player, Zambia's got a player down. That could be jersey number 12 from up here. Amiti Shamende is down, and there's a bit of a, it's going to be a stoppage obviously because it needs to be worked on. Can't really remember what could have happened. Can't remember seeing what could have happened early on, but he's holding on to his left ankle, his right ankle. So obviously an injury on that occasion.
Well, the Green Eagles player looks like he's gotten a knock, maybe to his knee, maybe to his thigh, maybe even to his ankle. We're not really sure, but I'm sure in the next few minutes we're going to see what sort of knock he has. But looks like it's a foot injury in any case. It's his ankle. Yes, it's ankle. We've got a close-up of Amiti Shamende. It's his ankle, and looks like he's going to rejoin the fray any minute. That's Papic, the Eswatini coach, deliberating what now needs to be done. Eswatini are down by 1-0.
Looks like a worried man, Papic, and his players are, you can see, taking this time to just get together and just talk to each other and encourage each other as Shemende kind of limps off. But looks like there's a thumbs up. I don't know whether the thumbs up is saying substitution or that he will play. It would be nice if he does play Shamende. This will be maybe his third game for the national soccer team, and he really wants to impress and make that statement. This very exciting player, like we saw creating the first goal with their Clement Mwape mistimes the bounce as a shoot. But power rather than precision from Dlamini Pinda. So the ball goes completely wide in the end. It's going to be yet another goal kick, and this time we're seeing a bit of Tostan Sabato. I've not seen much of him, and simply tells you that Zambia is doing the business here. That's how come we're hardly seeing that man there, but it takes a long one. Zambia heads Tostan. It's actually Tapson Kasera involved there. So Sakala, not the tallest, is beaten to the ball. He recovers pretty well. Katema with well, there's a foul there from Benson Sakala, the Power Dynamos man. The likes of Charles Zulu, the Zanaco man, was recalled last minute to the national team. He is on the bench, and there will be a lot of expectation if he does come in. It definitely has a lot of pace to burn. If it does come in, it means that Zambia will be operating very, very well on those wings. You'd feel, oh, good movement there by Eswatini yet again. Good layoff from Kumedze Sandile. Watch out for that number 4 diminutive player in the midfield. For Sislango, doing very, very well here against the Chipolo Polo and that midfield scenario. Well, Zambian fans a bit disappointing here in Summit Super. The last time Zambia was playing the under 23, this place was packed to the rafters. Not as many people have come out for this particular game. Maybe it's the opposition, or is it about the team?
Well, I think it's all about maybe them going maybe to watch a certain league game in Kabwe. As we know, Nkana Football Club are great crowd pullers.
There's no way you're going to tell me that and give me that in summer. Anyways, yes, Kabwe Warriors is playing Nkana Football Club today. Warriors is at home. Long throw in, Zambia heads. Wow, the kind of almost a clash of heads there from Eswatini players as they quickly go forward, but good tracking back from Pokatema. He dispossesses his man. Now, Kampamba, nicely laid off, taps on Kaseva. What is he going to do? He chips it, nicely done, but a bit too much there. And the Chabola will try and retain that one. He does a good job. Mwila Piri, left fullback. Remember, it's principally a winger, actually. but being used now. That left, oh, Chama does a bad job. It hits him and advertently makes a pass. Now they're breaking even though. Start a bit there, and Chama will stick to him like glue, but he makes the cross, but the ball had gone out as far as the first assistant is concerned. On the other side, he raises his flag, signifying that the ball had gone out. Nanonga Matthews of Namibia.
Well, Eswatini showing us how dangerous they can be on the counter through Matse Sifiso and Adrian Chama dealing with the threat.
Oh, what a cross from Mulapiri. Again, Kampamba, heads just wide, but was there a clash of heads there, you feel? Chabula went for that one. He's really looking for his second goal, Chabula. But goodness, the passes from Zambia, Mulapiri across to Kampamba, Kampamba across to Chabula. Good stuff, Zambia. Eswatini. Doing the donkey work. Just harassing in the middle of the pack. Mulapiri again. Pensa. Zambia playing well even without the ball. They're opening up very well. Chabula has dropped. Katema. Back to Piri. Long one this. Offside, I think taps on. Yes. Definitely offside. So then, Zambia hungry for more goals here. They've not scored more than 2 goals in a long time, Zambia. Well, they did score 3, but against Botswana, I think, right here. But other than that, Zambia's been very low scoring. But maybe today is the day they change that kind of, scenario here. Siluimba clears. Katema just watches the ball. Hit in the chest. What is the referee going to play advantage? Katema again. Oh, brilliantly done by Zambia. Kampamba. He's breaking. Beats his marker brilliantly. Is it that 18? Kampamba almost bring in the cross. It goes out. Goodness, what a run by Kampamba Mulenga.
Very dangerous onslaught by Zambia. Kelvin Muwanga cutting through the Eswatini defense and going for broke, and the ball goes out for a corner in a very dangerous situation. Zambia is sensing an onslaught. Zambia is sensing that they can massacre Eswatini. Here it comes.
Cross. Tema heads. Very difficult angle this. Looks like there's something that they had planned out. Fortunately, that did not work.
Katema going very close here. Free header. Another Zambian chance goes a begging.
So then, throw in. Taps on Kasava there. Just did not have his eyes on the ball. Long one, there's Piri. Oh. Zambia again. But under pressure. Good defensive cover. Handball that well. Mwira Piri. Looks like there was a handball, surely. And it was. Mamba and that defense doing a good job, but Mulapiri has been effective on that left flank, definitely. Tateni. Good movement there, Kampamba. Lays off now to Siluimba, was overlapped. Siluimba's got a couple of players coming, but a bit behind by Siluimba. Lay off again. Cuts inside, shoots Chabula. Or was it Chabula? Can't really tell there from there. I think it was Amiti Shamenda who has gone to the other side, and Kelvin Kampamba's come to this side. So the wingers just exchanging there.
Amiti Shamenda, the clear chance, clear sighting of goal and wayward shooting. But again, the way Zambia is playing, chances will still come. Zambia is controlling the tempo of this game.
Well, the referee there blows, definitely. I think there was a boot in the back of Chabula. Under pressure there from Mamba Tanelo. Zambia now, Kampamba. Cuts inside. Oh, Zambia shoots with Katema, but there was pressure. Obviously, they had a player standing in front of him. Mabelesa was just there. And again, they're trying to turn the Zambian side with Pinda. One of their danger men, Paul Katema now. Little chip. And it's looking for the runners, but they did not come forth. saw a little bit of Shemenda almost scoring. It seems like a player for the big occasion, Shemenda, because since on his debut for Zambia, he did get a goal, and also for Eagles, he has been getting goals in the big games.
Well, Shemenda has settled to international football like a fish to water, and so far all the signs we've seen are very, very encouraging. And it's now Zambia on the attack with Shemenda again, taps on Kaseba.
That's a bad job, Tapson, but he gets it on the return and cross. Will he keep it in? He does keep it in, Chabula. They're waiting for the cabaret to arrive, and they do through Kateba. Little 1-2s. Zambia. Exceptional football that they are displaying here. The ball goes out for yet another corner. Zambia really just going forward, but then it needs to show. They can't bombard this Eswatini side and not make it count.
1-2 Mubangan Katema, and Katema outdone by Lamini Luazi. Corner to Zambia.
Quickly done here again. Sulimba is let loose. Sulimba shoots. A little back clip there from the big taps on Kaseba. Unfortunately, it does not necessarily. It does come off, but doesn't beat the goalkeeper.
Sulimba again. Kaseba wanted to invent something, but it didn't work out. We'll see what will happen next time.
Shamende fails to get that one. It goes out for throw in to Eswatini. They quickly take that one, and it's Lindo, right fullback, to the captain yet again, Mamba Siboniso. Mabeleza wide again. Zambia in the center of the pack now, where everything seems to be happening. And again, good movement there from Gomadze. He's been impressive in that midfield. Foul against Eswatini. And it's now opportunity for Zambia, but Eswatini can probably breathe again because it's been an onslaught, despite the fact that only the one goal has been scored so far.
There it was, Benson Sakala being fouled by Mzwandile in the Eswatini midfield. But again, it's all Zambia at the moment. That's a sign of the Eswatini bench, which includes the likes of Peter Dlamini and of course Tabedzi Fanello, who we expect to come on in the second half at some stage as Eswatini pumped the ball forward. Zambia good in the air, but again it's Eswatini.
Oh, nice there, trying to lock the goalkeeper is Gomedze. Sandile doesn't come off, but good initiative, good thinking. Positivity though from this Eswatini side is uncanny, because you'd feel that 2 goes down, you know, probably the heads would drop, but they seem to believe that maybe you know, they can get something, and what we say, football in 90, so maybe, you know, they appreciate that phrase.
They believe that the impossible can happen for them, as it has done in football in a lot of games, a lot of situations. But again, they don't want this game to run away from them. They still think that if they can get at least 1 goal, they can come back into this game. But that all depends on Zambia also not scoring at the other end. So it's still an open affair. But at the moment, it's Zambia who hold the advantage.
Even while he's on the ground, Tapson Kasema shoots wide. Surely Tapson should have hit the target from there. Very little pressure on him, but really Paul Katema in the middle there. Even while he's on the ground, he managed to control the ball a little bit, but Tapson Kasema should have tapped that one home, he felt. And this is how it happened here.
It was Siluimba cutting open the Eswatini defense, and Kasema, all he had to do was to control the ball a bit better and look at where the goalkeeper is. But again, it's another chance created, another chance spurned. And now Eswatini trying to control.
Yep, they're trying, but only trying really. Nothing much seems to be going their way now, but they're breaking now. I'm trying to shoot from that distance, a bit too far off. Goes up for a throw in. So second leg CHAN qualifier, Zambia, having won the first leg 1-0 in Eswatini, are leading by that same scoreline here, which means 2-0 on aggregate. Zambia definitely on the front foot. Straight to the goalkeeper, Mathebula, who has been outstanding here. The reason it's 1-0 really is because of him. Not because he allowed, but because he only allowed the one. It could have easily been 3-0 Zambia here, but he has been top form in that goal despite allowing a goal earlier on. The clear with Mabelesa. Long one this. Tosta Sabata virtually on holiday. Would have easily paid the entry fee, Tostan Sabata, because he's definitely just watching the game. All credit to what the toothlessness, if you like, of this Eswatini side. The lack of firepower in that front line conspicuous by its absence. Under pressure now. They're making a couple of passes, but not really going forward. Gomedze. And again to Sebangu. Long one this. Onside, offside. And Clement Wapo right behind him, breathing down his neck. Clement has been quite phenomenal since his days at Warriors. Zesco United has been exceptional. Look at him here, the way he just moves with his man. A bit of a, not really daylight where the offside is concerned, but offside nonetheless. We would have asked for VAR, only that doesn't apply in this occasion.
Well, the offside trap working to perfection, especially as where Zambia is concerned. And talking of Clement Mwape, he's another player who's come on the horizon, who's come on the landscape in the last few years, and now he looks like he's cementing a very, very serious position in the Zambian backline. But at the moment, it's Zambia who are in front. If you're just joining us, it's Zambia 1, Eswatini 0. 2-0 on aggregate CHAN qualifier 2020. And Eswatini controlling the ball in midfield, and they're seeing too much of the ball for anyone's liking. Zambia has congested to the midfield, but Eswatini looks like they can create chances. Here it comes.
Well, a shoot from outside the D, but they don't make the goalkeeper work, and you can see there was very little movement from the bench. Didn't really think that was going to nestle in the back of the net. As Lindo shot from distance. He's actually not a defender, but overlapped fairly well. Justin Sabata meant to dive, not necessarily make a save off target. Wilapiri has been impressive, Samatsupa, on that left flank for Zambia, and a lot of good passes, good runs, bombing forward, bringing in the crosses as well. He's just really been very, very mobile. And Zambia, little layoff, but Africa said a mistake in the end, because I think that Chawola looked like he was offside. Could have done better to just turn inside. But still, Zambia, movement-wise, has really looked the part today.
Well, Zambia are very, very organized. Defensively, you're talking about a back line which has all the 4 players coming from Zesco United. Is this the first? Is this a record? Have we ever had a defense with Oninkana or power players? I think we have to look at the history books to find out if this is a first. But at the moment, Zambia are looking organized in defense. In midfield, they are looking very, very competitive, and up front, they are looking very, very hungry, especially every time they enter the final third. So at the moment, Zambia is
scored a couple of goals. That has not happened. Now we're seeing a little bit of Tostan Sabata. Tide beginning to turn a bit, you feel? Katema uses both feet, ambidextrous, they call it, to great effect. Now, little 1-2, does a bad job, but they clear their lines in the end. Chama, the captain. His younger brother, Cletus Chama, did score in the game against Niger. In a friendly game, he was captaining that side like the brothers doing here today. Zambia only managed to allow a goal instead. In the second game against Benin against Samaj Super, Zambia scoring first, this time Justin Shonga with the brace. And in the last minute, Zambia conceding. Worrisome that the defense is leaking goals, especially when they've taken the lead. You'd feel they would just close off a game, manage the game, but that has not really been the case.
Well, it's all about losing concentration at crucial times of the game, especially towards the end. But again, in football, it is said that at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of a half, at the end of the half, at the end of the game, you have to concentrate and you have to be focused and don't think a game is won before it has even ended. So a lot of learning curve for these young Zambian players. But again, coming back to the game at hand, Zambia wants to stretch their lead.
Little one-twos that have been very impressive. I think the fans will have enjoyed what they're watching here today. Zambia's passing game has improved massively. Taps on Kasewa in the 18 area. He's waiting for support. No one really, so he's backtracking in the end. But finally manages to turn. Silwimba. He's a strong lad, this. Brings in the cross finally. Hupembo didn't expect that he would. And there was really no one there to get the ball. The ball goes out. Well, it's kept in play. Throw in Zambia. Kampamba with a long one. Very quickly. Thompson beaten to that. But in the end, Abalesa will have done enough to put off. Is it Lamini actually? Lamini Luazi will have done enough to put off Thompson Kaseba. So now, Abalesa now in possession. 0-1-2 again. Back to him. Sabango. Shoot from there. Goalkeeper makes a save. Brilliant from Tostan Sabata. They hit the target and Zambians complaining that they're not marking. And this time, the bench was upstanding. Tostan Sabata there just tossing it above the bar. And you can see a little bit of a handshake there coming through. Good job that.
Loose marking by the Zambian defense. They went to sleep, allowed Wandila to shoot that goal, and Tostan Sabata spares Zambia's lashes. In fact, it is Lamini Pinda who got the final ball.
Again, Tosta back to life picture as clear as that. And now, Chabula. One-on-one, the ball is bouncing. And it's gone to the goalkeeper, but he was coming for it as well. Machabula, great job from Lamini Luazi, back to his goalkeeper. So now it's beginning to really open up this game and giving a bit of a fight. Taking the fight to Zambia. Good movement. Under pressure there, left footer brings in an in-swinger chance. But Zambia clears with poor Katema. And in each other's way, even as they take the ball backwards again. Zambia under pressure. The game isn't played in Zambia's half now. Good turn. Backward from the captain. Goalkeeper Tosta comes out. Like I said, we are definitely seeing Tosta a lot more here. Tells you that this Eswatini side really plays well away from home, because all that pressure that was coming their way, they've managed to weather the storm, as they say, and now they're really beginning to push the envelope. 34 minutes gone in the first half.
They're seeing too much of the ball for Zambia's liking in midfield, and I think it's the spaces between the defense and the midfield which is opening up for the Zambian midfield. Now Eswatini are growing in confidence and are now even creating some chances of their own.
Yeah, obviously Agre Chiengi getting a bit concerned with how things are panning out now, because Eswatini are looking to be on the upswing, and should they get a goal through this throw-in by Mamba Penelo, that could easily change the complexion of the game. Tosta comes out, punches. And again, back to sender, you feel. Cross comes, kind of hanging there. Zambia does clear with Benson Sakala. Chabula, good ball control. Looks for Tapson Kaseba now. Tapson has got green grass ahead of him, and he's got a player, Shamende, coming. He tries to shoot instead with his left. Shamende was literally begging for the ball on the other side. Tapson Kaseba, not a very good decision on that occasion. Bit slow there in the thinking department from Mr. Tapson Kaseba on that occasion.
Another dangerous Zambian attack here. It was Tapson Kaseba through on goal. He was taken out wide by the defender Luazi Dlamini, and the goalkeeper Sandezwane made a touch. Zambia in attack.
Corner Zambia. Silwimba again going forward. Zambia's really a strong point is the fullbacks in summer. Mwila Piri bombing forward. Silwimba buccaneering forward all the time. That gives pressure on the midfield for the opposition, in this case Eswatini. Corner, Kampamba to take. Flood scaling backwards, heads, misses it completely now. They'll come away with it though. Are they going to keep it in play? They do. And now it's Gamite. Long one this. Goalkeeper comes out, Tosta, and he collects, and you know, just a little bit of a stay on the pitch backwards there. Benson Sakala always does the basics. Mr. Benson, never the flurry kind of player. Shimende. Benson does a bad job on that occasion. Zambia dispossessed. Good header there, but again Zambia dispossessed. Mabelesa in the middle of the pack doing a great job, is in position again. So Zambia being stretched, but everybody's behind the ball except for Tapson Kaseba, which is a good thing you feel for Zambia. Turning against Dlamini Pinda. Oh, they do a bad job. Chabula. He's got Tapson on his side, but surely under pressure was crowded out. Long one. Goalkeeper will come out. Tosta. And he collects it. So now Mwila Piri in the left flank. Bring in the cross. It does, but too close to the goalkeeper. Taps on a bit too further off. Eswatini, not necessarily outclassed in this particular encounter. In fact, they've shown a lot of growth. Kampamba turns his man. He's waiting for somebody to move on the side. Chabula makes his touch. Chabula shoots back, blocked in the process from Mabelesa, and he's complaining to his other players not having come to his rescue. So too the goalkeeper Matebula also complaining.
And again it's Kelvin Mwanga threading a through ball. Shamenda made the touch, and again Luazi cleared away the danger for Eswatini. Another corner for Zambia as they try to increase their lead.
Shoots, and Chama there almost trying to get onto the goal, going for goal there, but that did not really happen. Milapiri with the throw, ball goes out, throw in to Zambia yet again. So Zambia piling up pressure, even as we have played 40 minutes, it was 39 minutes in the first half, 6 minutes before the end of this particular encounter, and really Zambia, you'd have felt, could have been leading by at least 2 goals. That's not the case. Nicely done. That cross comes in, and they head the ball away instead. Benson Sakala does a good job just bringing it back into that 18 area. Mwila Piri dispossessed. Chama now to Katema. Nicely done. A bit too much though. Mwila Piri could not get to the end of that. Captain there pumps it forward. Oh, good chest pass there, brilliantly done. Good run there under pressure there. Shavangu goes out. Corner kick. But again, Silwimba does a good job on that occasion.
Now it's Eswatini. One delay. Going through, going for the box, and Siluimba, last-ditch tackle to spare Zambia's blushes. Corner Eswatini.
Goalkeeper comes out and punches Tostan Sabata. So far, every time he's come out, he's made a touch, and that's very, very important. If you're going to come out of your line as a goalkeeper, you need to make contact with the ball, or else it could easily be doomed, because it simply means somebody else can tap it in. So far, Tostan Sabata, 10 out of 10, where coming out and making contact is concerned. Long one that. Again, headed forward. Control. Benson Sakala is fighting for the ball in the middle of the park with Gomez. Sandile goes back again to Lindo. Wide now. They're coming through the line, just hiking the touchline. Again, good movement. Mamba Fenelo. Left footer turns his marker. Chama is being turned inside out, but sticking on to his man, and it does a great job in there. Right ankle his, but it seems like he's okay this time around. There's a bit of noise coming out because of the helicopter, Zambia Army helicopter that's up there, just dropping some little shiny pieces of paper. I can't really tell what they are. Confetti of sorts. And the fans are excited about that. That is 42 minutes gone in the first half. Zambia still leads only by the one goal, but not short of some good football here that we're witnessing. It's Clement Mapetias can do a very good job. Oh, Katema. He's got such a turn, Katema. Very difficult to know where he's going with the ball because he uses both feet to great effect. Siluimba had man in that Zambian defense. Good job, they do a good job and clear as Medza was about to come. Zambia now, Kampamba was past his marker with relative ease. The captain was coming to him. Throw in. Kampamba is shocked. Obviously, should have gone the other way. Was a bit unsighted, but his second assistant not helping really. It's happening right in front of him. And he's just going with the decision of the referee. Foul there on Katema. Long one there, looking for Chabula, but does not happen. Again, little 1-2s. Defender Gomez. A bit too casual for me in the back, that defense. Eswatini, and like I said, a bit too casual. Kampamba beaten. They need to clear their lines. They do eventually. Just passed, nicely done. Good movement. Yet again, Gomez involved. Is in possession again. Turns inside out. Takes it a bit too wide, but still they will follow and collect Matse Sifiso. Zambia under pressure. Little chip in there. Siluimba taking no chances, just heads it wide for corner kick. So then, the Eswatini have ended the half well. In fact, they've shown that they can compete.
Well, delightful build-up from Eswatini, which has come to naught because it's a Zambia goal kick, and it looks like it's even a Zambian offside. But again, Eswatini have given a good account of themselves, even though the result does flatter them, because Zambia should have been 2 or 3 goals up to the good. But that's football for you. Sometimes you don't reap what you sow.
Oh, well, sometimes it's not really about how you play. John Basilia can ball and is a goal. Zambia's only with the 1 goal, but still 2-0 on aggregate, so not too bad. Have 1 minute of added on time is all we'll have in this first half, and the true reflection, if you ask me, because there's really been very little where stoppage is concerned. Maybe Shamenda, when he was injured, could be really the only time lost. If I told you to be very strict about it. Clement Mwape there just gets attached to it. Corner again, like we said. Eswatini will end this half very, very strongly.
Clement Mwape had to concede a corner in a dangerous position. He had two Eswatini strikers behind him.
Tema clears Kampamba. Now, bad first touch, but still manages though with Shamenda. Now taps on Kaseba. Is it Kampamba? Eswatini defense very alert, and they do clear their lines in the end with Lindo. Shamenda with a cross. Goalkeeper comes and collects there, Mathebula. And this is how the half comes to a close. Here Zambia has been tremendous, especially the first 35 minutes of the game. And Zambia won the first leg out in the Eswatini by got to know Shamenda with the goal. But now today Chabula got the goal in the first half as we kick off the second half yet again here. Eswatini in the blue, kicking the ball from left to right. Zambia from right to left, of course, and in all orange and black. Shamenda, not changes so far from what we can see on the pitch, but rest assured there will be. Chabula offside that. So Zambia very, very quickly making a declaration of intent to want to get more goals. And I'm with Nsamatsu.
Well, Zambia will obviously want to hit the ground running in this second half. They want to increase their lead, and they want to make sure that Eswatini do give up the ghost. But going by the last 45 minutes, it's easier said than done. They must be more clinical in the final third, and they must be sure with what they are doing, especially with the final pass. So let's see what the next 45 minutes will tell us.
So the defense, Zambia probably wanted to start the way they started the first, with a lot of pressure, and it got to boot. Sivango has been great on the ball. Also to Gomeze, the number 4, Zambia, with Paul Katema. Taps on Kaseba. Is that a pass? Taps on it was, but really not going to get to intended target because Gomeze clears the lines back to his goalkeeper, Mathabula. Taking it a bit easy. They know time is against them though. They need to get the goals. Long one this. Do a bad job. Again, it's Eswatini just going forward. Putting in the midfield, Benson Sakala Chama clears. Pace. Chabula has the pace. Goalkeeper comes out. He can't obviously touch that one with his hands. That is. But the pass it to Chabula does a bad job. Really, what was he thinking? It's a big question. Fans not happy with that. Just almost like a cat under floodlights. Just didn't know what to do. Like a rabbit under floodlights, how they say. Too much that. And not happy there. You can see from Lindo. Throw in Zambia. Piri now. This here flank. Throws it to Kampamba. Does a bad job. Zambia dispossessed. Nicely done. As they quickly go forward here. The foul on Mamba Fanelo. Here comes a yellow card that is being handed. Oh, Chama, handbags all over the place.
Adrian Chama getting on the wrong side of the referee and getting the first yellow card of the afternoon for an infringement on Mamba Fanelo, Eswatini attacker.
Yeah, went with his hands. Went with the captain's armband. That is his opponent. So everybody just queuing up in that line there because you can tell that it's going to be an in-swinger. Goalkeeper. It's always very difficult for the goalkeeper, especially if he goes right in the center, between the strikers and between the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper has to be quick on his feet because the defenders will be rushing for that one there. So let's see how this one does pan out. Oh, bounces off and they miss a sitter. What a chance that. There was really no one marking him, but Sibangu there just could not connect, just eluded everyone. There, he just misses it. Well, he goes in the net himself, but maybe that doesn't count. So it's still one apiece, despite Sibangu getting into the net. So then, Zambia threatened. Chabula under pressure has been very effective. He's been quite the workhorse. Cross comes and just tantalizing, going wide. Chabula failing to make a real connection there. It was Shamenda actually. Did not make the connection that was required. Remember, he's the one for the big games. Shamenda, the Green Eagles man. Just one of those players for this season there. Just hits him. It wasn't intentional. Of course, if it went in, he would have told you it was intentional. Kampamba. Cross nicely done. Tapson Kaseba. Well, just a little touch from Tapson would have made a difference. Just change the trajectory of the ball. But that did not work. Nicely done. Zambia under pressure, but it goes out, goes wide, and goal kick to Zambia. Zambia have a couple of players, was offside actually, a couple of players warming up. From up here, you can see Bruce Msakanya is one of them, not in your picture currently. And I think Charles Zulu as well, warming up. So, wingers warming up. It'll be interesting to see who comes out. Fans calling them from Tapson Kaseba. Couple of first touches from Mr. Tapson, not the best, but still he's fairly had a good game. Tapson Kaseba, one you can count on for the goals. Yeah, there are the players warming up. Charles Zulu's warming up, so too Bruce Msakanya was rejuvenated himself with Red Arrows. Captain of Red Arrows has been exceptional last season and started on the same note this season. Chabula beats his marker to the ground. The player to contend with, but it's beaten. A little bit of pushing and wrestling going on. So 51 minutes gone, it's still 1-0 Zambia. Free kick. And they take a long one. Try to toss it off soft. Looks like he's off balance sometimes, poor Katema, but he's definitely in control. Lays it off inside. Chabula. It's Tamenda actually. Nicely done. Benson wide now, looking for Kampamba. He can cut in and shoot from there. He crosses and they clear their lines. And again to nicely done. Piri. Cross comes. Goalkeeper lets it go and goes up for a throw-in. So Zambia again, good interchange of play.
Endless attack by Zambia. We've seen them in possession. Mwanga to Piri, and Zambia delighting the fans who are here at the Hero Stadium, indicating that if they put their foot on the pedal, they can increase their lead. As it's Eswatini asking all the questions at the other end as Tostan Sawata gathers the ball without much ado.
It's Tostan now, he puts it on the ground. He's going to use his right boot. High. And the head. And let the ball bounce off. That looks like Lamini Luazi. Shamenda. Oh, he raised his boot a bit too high there. The referee says, yes, it's going to be a foul. What was he doing, though? I think a knee in the mid-rift of his marker. Mabelesa is down. Must have been painful.
Ahmed Shamende looks like he brought his knee just a bit too high for the Namibians' liking, as the fans are calling for substitutions as Two Zambian players continue warming up. Charles Zulu and Bruce Msakanya. There is fighting proceedings as 53 minutes gone. So far, it's Zambia still in the lead by a goal to nil. 2-0 on aggregate. If you're just joining us.
So then, back to action. Still have a player out. But now still they want to make it count here as Chama goes to the ground in an attempt to block that shot on target. Agrechiangi and his assistants. Mambo on his right, you can tell. So that they're definitely wanting to make a substitution there. Saw a little bit of Desmond Ngawa, former Zanaco defender, had Nat back in the days. Very difficult to contain with Mr. Dez. National team manager these days. Little toss. Chabula goes down. Tries to dispossess his marker now. The wheel starts. Lindo, long one again, captain, and it bounces there. The goalkeeper will collect. Goalkeeper has proved himself to be very hard nut to crack. Zambia needs to really do something a little bit out of the ordinary to beat him. So far, beaten once. But that was more to the creation really than anything else. Bit of a header there. Goes out. Cross comes. Player just raises his hands and goes down, but nothing doing. Substitution time, and Charles Zulu, I think, is the one that might be coming in. What does he bring to this team, to this game, Sam?
He's going to bring some speed, some creativity, and we expect also some crosses in the box. But I'm sure a lot of people don't know the player who's coming out. I'm sure we're going to see a reaction if they know the identity of the player who's being substituted.
Also, because they've got their own substitution in mind, as Chama clears and Mwilapiri equally. Tapson Kaseba did not make a touch on that occasion. Clement Mwap heads. Clear by Silwin. Balong one, that Chabula comes away with it. Goalkeeper is Shamenda actually. Shoots. Wale! Chabula with his second goal, he makes it a brace here, and nicely done as Agrechiangi comes in, and Chabula just tapping his shoulder, his chest, as he gets his second goal. Good timing again, good long-range pass. Fans are happy now. This is what they expected from Zambia, especially the way they played in the first half. Only to score the one goal now. In the second half, they've got the second, and fans are saying, yes, this is what Heroes Stadium is about. It's about the heroes, and the heroes being the Zambia national soccer team. Chabula just etching himself in the folklore of Zambian history there with that goal.
Composure personified. He only had the goalkeeper to. He only had the goalkeeper to beat, and he has brought the roof down. 2-0 to Zambia. It is ironic because he's the player who was supposed to be taken off. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see if the Zambia national soccer team will continue with that change.
Well, they are continuing, Sam, and the fans are not happy at all, because surely that's the man that has got you a brace, and that's the man you are removing. He's on a goal trail, and you can see he's moving with the swagger of a player in form. I don't know that just because that was the initial plan, you have to carry it along, because now he's going for a hat-trick, then you withdraw him. But anyway, Charles Zulu, not a bad substitution to make, because he's got pace to bend and he's going to give them quite a run for their money after being off the national team for quite a while. But an interesting one, that decision, and that they've kept it.
Well, of course, what this does mean is the players who are left on the pitch, especially Kaseva, have to redeem themselves, because they've got to justify why they were not taking off. And it's Eswatini. They've pulled a goal back. The Zambian defense went to sleep. Dlamini Pinda.
Well then, puts the cuts amongst the pigeons here for Zambia, just when they were celebrating, still popping the champagne, and Eswatini comes and gets the goal. Very little that Tostan Sabata could have done there, but Papic, you can tell he's obviously not too happy, but still, this obviously, you know, throws the game a little bit open here, because now Zambia knows that they're not as invincible as they thought in that defense, and that they can still allow. And this is how it happened. Look at that movement. Cut back, nicely done, and first touch, shoot. Zambia all over the place.
The Zambian defense caught ball watching. Mkonto Lindo had the touch, and it was Matse.
He likes to fancy himself to have that kind of pace, and they'll need to keep an eye on him. Charles Zulu just making his first touch there on the right flank. So they've got a player down, Eswatini, whether it's just to, you know, to just bring the tempo down as they've gotten that, they put the goal back. Of course, it doesn't mean much. They have to score 3 goals to actually win it. So I don't know if this is a great time to play active at all they are, because really they need to just continue with the momentum that they've just got.
Well, considering that they have put the goal back, I don't think that they are play acting in any sense. Has looked a bit serious, but I'm sure he will rejoin the fray very...
The lines very, very well, and that's the man the fans are calling for that substitution, Tapson. He needs to silence them with a goal. A lot of fans feeling that was a very interesting substitution there. Chabula, the man with the goals, being substituted.
And it's not the first time that Chabula has been substituted and then Tapson Kaseba left on the pitch. But again, what does this mean? What it does mean is that Kaseba has to justify why he's been left on the pitch. He has to do something in the next few minutes.
Wow. The Eswatini are certainly doing something. Of course, they've put the goal back. Oh, little nicely done that chip, but Clement Mwape does a good job there with that clearance, overhead kick. So now taking a bit of a sweet time there for that throwing to be taken. It comes high too much. Goalkeeper will easily collect. Little 1-2s again from Zambia. Shamenda. Oh, nicely done. Look at that. Zambia easily just cutting through this static sometimes defense of Eswatini. Good interchange of passes. Kampamba, Shamenda as well. Seem to find themselves with relative ease. As Clement Mwape clears. Oh, nice pass. Just using the outside of his boots. Dlamini Pinda, the goal scorer. In the center of the pack is Mabalesa. White against Zambia dispossesses Charles now. He's on his bike. In the right flank. Cuts inside. Charles lays it off. Little 1-2. Charles lays it off. Tapson Kaseba misses with the ball, with the goal wide open in front of him. He just got entangled. Whoa. Now he knows that he's put pressure on himself, Tapson Kaseba. But look at the movement. Charles Zulu there. Brilliant. Little 1-2s. Charles again lays it off. he did decide which foot to use to just tap it home. Oh.
One of the misses of the season, without doubt, Kelvin Mwanga combined with Charles Zulu and put on a plate for Tapson Kaseba, and it was easier to score than to miss. Now the fans are calling for his substitution. To be interesting to see if the coach will who responds to that. Here comes Zambia attacking again.
Almost an own goal there. Zambia making a couple of sending a couple of players to warm up. Andre Chiang is now the fans are really up for it, really pushing that substitution to be made, and they're saying choke. This is a bad one there for Tapson Kasaba. He's having a bad day at the office. I think he should have been substituted much earlier, really, to just save him, because he's not having a good day. And I think they should have seen that the technical bench and removed him, because he's a good player. He gets the goals for Zambia. Remember, he won us the Kosafa. It's just one of those days, and every player can have that. But maybe he should not have just been kept on this long, because we could see that, things were not really happening the way they should for him. But anyway, nature of the game, he understands he's a professional player. He will have such days. But at times the technical bench can help by making the substitutions. Now, long one this. Chama misjudges that one. Good move by Benson Sakala. Oh, we'll appeal. Brilliant. Benson lays it off. Shamenda has been fluid on the flanks. Cross comes in, brilliantly done. And they head it, but just a bit of a tap. Benson Sakala goes for it. Taps on Kaseba. First part touch. Again, the fans are not happy. Charles Zulu lays it off. Katema has been brilliant. He insists there was a touch, and the referee decides there was not. And the assistant equally goes with his man. Paul Katema has been brilliant in the middle, has really been full of movement. It's like a molecule, a heated molecule all over the place. And the fans again are calling for that substitution to take place. Agre Chiengi needs to warm up the player first before substitution can be made, but at times the fans may not appreciate that. So then, pressure for Tapson Kaseba. The fans want that substitution made.
Yes, they can want him to come out, but on the bench we don't have out-and-out strikers. We've got Chungu, Shamjompa, defenders, Msakanya, Lariwal. These are midfielders, wide men obviously. You remember Banda, midfield and the wide man. So there's no out-and-out striker on the bench. So that means...
Oh wow, Kampamba surely should behave a bit better. I thought I saw him throw a punch. He's actually on a yellow, Kampamba. Or is he? No, it was actually Chama who was on a yellow. I don't know about Kampamba. But still, he almost looked like he did raise a fist, but the yellow card goes the other way. It's number 19, Lindo, who gets himself carded after a little bit of a tussle with his man. But interesting, this substitution that will be made in summer, because if Tapson will be substituted, he's not necessarily you remember Banda that might come in. You remember Banda is not an out-and-out striker. Now this is what happened. Whoa.
Kelvin Mubanga put his hands on the Eswatini player, and he realized you don't do that, and he took them off again, and it's Mkonto Lindo was penalized.
Keeper comes and collects. So Zambia equally about to make that substitution, and you just get the feeling now this time around Tapson Kaseba will be substituted, and there will be that that cheering, which really won't be a good thing for Tapson Kaseba. But the fans are happy now because Tapson is being substituted. But at the office, Tapson Kaseba, it's just one of those days, really. I hope that he can go past this. It's just, it happens in football sometimes, Could have done better, obviously, on a silver platter, but did not work out. The technical bench, no. And you remember Banda comes into the game, and you remember him. He's quite a player, very pacey. So Zambia, a lot of pace, a lot of midfielders. It's not your out-and-out striker as well. So Zambia playing devoid of a central striker.
Well, they've changed tactics. Kelvin Mwanga is now the supporting striker. You remember Banda, who plays in midfield for Buffaloes and out on the flanks, is now the main target man, as he's now in possession of the ball.
To Charles now. You can see a little bit of good, interesting movement that will be happening. Charles does a little bit of a shuffle and lays it off. Kabamba! Goalkeeper makes the save. Now, Zambia hitting on target. That's what they need to be doing here. As Eswatini comes away with it, they shoot from there, but it goes out completely for a goal kick. So Zambia just playing some brilliant football. It's so sad, though, you feel that on the other side there's not been so many people actually helping out, coming out to support, which is a bit unfortunate, but such an interesting game that we're witnessing here. Substitution time here as Canelo comes on for Wandile.
So it's Abedzi Fanelo who has come on for Shabangu Wandile. Costa Papic making the first Eswatini change of the afternoon.
Kampamba, good game. Piri too has had a tremendous game. Benson Sakala equally. And now Shamenda in that 18, was it an offside from him? But oh goodness, he's small in stature and very, very pacey. So much in his repertoire, at times very difficult to contain with him. This Shamenda player, Green Eagles, who's just come almost from the Blues, and next thing you know, he's donning on the national team jersey, and rightfully so. They've tried little short passes, but still return the possession. Chama makes sure. La. Taking his sweet time there, Tostan Sabata. Long one again. How beats his mark, but does a bit too much of it. It's full of running in that midfield. Now they're coming off and they try to shoot from that distance. Muilapiri just holding his line. I've got a player wanted to go. Tries to bring in the cross there, Pinda, but it goes out for a corner.
Another Eswatini corner. Zambia have to defend.
Corner comes. A little bit of a bounce in that 18 area. They chip it again. Opportunity. Does that come out? It's just above the net. Above the crossbar. Just falls on top. And they're insisting that it was a Zambian player who made the final touch. Papic equally questioning that. Let's see. Have a look. See. Oh, it did come off. I think it was Chama. They're very right. It hits. It actually grazes his head. That's how come there was that noise.
Eswatini never land. Almost never counts, but it's still 2-1 in favor of Zambia. They're just joining us here at the Hero Stadium. 72 minutes played in this CHAN qualifier. Papichan Chiangi. Who wins this duel? Silu Mbauta throwing.
Heads again. Good movement now from Zambia, even as Eswatini takes possession. Pinta, long one, offside, surely. Yes, he was in an offside position. No arguments there. And again, Eswatini have not been a disappointment really, as Panelo was caught off. That there was that part, yes, definitely offside, surely.
Clear offside, the offside trap working for perfection.
Goalkeeper comes back to life pictures and collects, as Zambia was again involved in that one of those attacks. Benson Sakala, nicely done. Shamenda, Kampamba. You see what he was trying to do, but it is dispossessed. Pinda lays it off. Now they're coming. In between players, and Clement Mwape has been exceptional in that defense. A little bit of a man mountain, bit of a small mountain, but man mountain either way. Look, nicely done by Kampamba, only that Shamenda did not read that one very well, and Mamba Siboniso takes over. Long one, this Chama clears, very convincing, but still Charles Zulu, there was a high boot on in the middle of the picture. Katema actually was almost hacked. Muilapiri. Now it's a couple of players going forward. He lays it up to Shamenda, who has been caught offside, obviously. And 74 minutes gone in the Second half, Zambia leads 2-0. Again, you feel 2-1 rather. Again, you feel Zambia could have scored a bit more goals. Katema, nicely done. Chamenda, there's no one to cover here. Nicely done. 10, Kampamba. He's trying to put it to set it up in the corner. Surprising that he was deemed to be offside. Even he's a bit disappointed, Kampamba, with himself. They're missing him in Kana Football Club this afternoon. And as they're playing Warriors, usually he's the one who makes things happen. Overlapping now. Clement was not going to be beaten there. A bit of a foul in the end from Mr. Sandile. Zambia taking their time with Tostan Sabata coming to take this one.
Again, Gamedzi Sandile, the aggressor, according to the assistant referee on the near side. Has Zambia regroup? 15 minutes to full time. Zambia in the lead.
2-1, 3-1 on aggregate. So Zambia comfortably, you would say here, fairly. And again, Fanelo looking for his man there in Sandile. Fanelo again with a cross. It was actually, yes, it was Fanelo with that cross, but a bit too much. It goes out for a throw-in. So Zambia will regroup. Remember, it's the final leg of the qualifier. Zambia here seemingly going to Chan Ethiopia 2020. And Zambia seems to be doing well also in the developmental football in Samak Super. Remember, the under-17 are into the final of the COSAFA. They're playing Mozambique. They beat Angola 2-0. First half it was 0-0. It was the first time Zambia was going at the break with 0-0 score, and the under-17 have always been scoring. Looks very good for the future. Charles Zulu goes past his marker. Turns again. Crosses. And now heads. Badly done. There was a bit of a push there. Goal kick, so it's just a goal kick. You remember Banda right in the center.
Remember Banda is eager to make a mark. So to Charles Zulu on the far right. Crossed it inside, but in a tight situation between two defenders. You remember Banda couldn't make much impact as Eswatini tried to build up in the defense flank line. He pumped the ball forward. They're now asking questions in this Zambian defense. This is Dlamani Pinda.
Cross does come. Goalkeeper Tostan Sabata makes a mistake.
They've scored again, even though I can say suspicion of offside. But again, the goal does count.
Well, certainly does count, that goal there, as Zambia again caught napping, but Tostan Sabata, you wonder what he was doing there. He could have held on to the ball, but he was using his hands to kind of push it away, and I think he was in a position to hold on to the ball. So 2-2 is the scenario right now. There, Tosta comes. What is he doing? If you're going to punch the ball, use your fists, but he's using his arms to kind of push the ball away. There, maybe it was unsighted by by Fanello, who was just going for the diving head in front of him, and he knows really that he's at fault on that occasion. So 2-2 is the scoreline, and Sifiso is the scorer. So here, what do you know? The issue that we'll be talking about, Zambia doesn't seem to know how to defend. They get the goal, yes, all the time, and they allow. It happened against Benin, it happens against Niger, and it's happening here against Eswatini.
Well, the defense seems to be Zambia's undoing, and after going into a comfortable lead, 2-0, taking off one of Zambia's best players, Chabula, now the tide has turned, and it's Zambia now staring down the barrel.
Well, maybe just break it down for us now, Sama, because Zambia did score an away goal, but they've scored 2 goals. They score a third one, they qualify.
Once they score a third one, it will be, we're going to talk about 6-3 on aggregate. That means their 3 goals will count twice. So at the moment, they only need 1 more goal and his curtains, and we hope that won't be the case. But even then, Zambia have only themselves to blame. Defensively, in this second half, the defending has been shocking.
Shot of shocking here. Oh, nicely done by, you remember, Banda. Oh, nicely done again from Kampamba. You remember now, shoots. Goalkeeper punches. Brilliantly done by the goalkeeper. But you remember there, with quite the left foot, just packed a hot shot there. Goalkeeper makes a save.
Well, it was Calvin Mwanga who put him through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he decides to shoot straight at the goalkeeper, and Atabula Sandenzwe makes quite the save. Another corner.
And yet another corner. I don't know, some of that was straight at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had to dive for it, really, so surely give him a bit of credit. I think he was going for the side. He just put it on the side of the goalkeeper. He dived and made the save, but still wasn't good enough in the end. Goalkeeper making a good one, that as Zambia takes the corner. It comes, and then they've cleared their lines again. Now it's suddenly game on. Zambia needs to score a third goal to feel a little bit comfortable. That allow this Eswatini side to crawl back into the game. And for the neutrals, what a game we have on our hands here, as one goal makes Eswatini qualify. As it stands, Zambia does qualify, but they need to get another goal. Charles Zulu has drifted to the other side, which means Kampamba has gone on the other flank. So that will keep happening here. Zambia has a player warming up. Can't really tell from up here who that could be. Probably a defensive player. Looks like Shamujopa to me from this height. Very high up where we at. Very lonely up here. Oh, and we're being turned inside out though. Eswatini, they've got wind in their collective sail, and they're about to shoot. Zambia falling all over the place. In the end, Clement Banda just comes to the rescue. And there's a lot of players upset Katema, just hitting the ground, because you're wondering how everything is just going haywire.
The tide has definitely turned, and all pressure is now on Zambia.
Corner comes. Zambia heads away, but again they throw it back in the mix. Eswatini bounces again. Zambia clears with Mwape again. He's been tremendous in that defense. Now Kampamba, he fails to contain the ball. It's a foul. Throw in two. They're fighting for the ball. Eswatini is actually a foul. It's quickly taken. Zambia is still watching here, and they're coming very, very quickly. Little 1-2s are in that 18 area. It goes down. No penalty. He put his foot ahead in front of the player deliberately. And now Zambia, Charles Zulu. It's a 3-on-4 here for Zambia. Charles Zulu chips it. Zambia! Goalkeeper comes and makes a save. And the referee blows. I think there was an offside situation here. I think you remember Banda was in an offside position. But Zambia going forward all the time. They look like they're going to score. But goodness, you can hardly take a breather here. Everything is happening in this game. Clearance, good one, that Shamenda. Now, to remember, was in an offside position yet again, despite the fans complaining, but he was offside. 6 minutes remaining before the end of the match. Shamujopa will come in. Shamujopa will want, obviously they're throwing him in to kind of hold that midfield in summer, or is he going to go in defense? Because we've seen him play as a holding midfield.
I can see a situation of a striker being sacrificed and another defender being brought on.
Yeah, what they have, they hold. Zambia, they would rather stick than spin. Charles Zulu now, Pes is operative word, and he goes through that defense like a hot knife through butter. Now he's taking himself to an angle, he shoots. He used his right, he's a left footer, remember, so it was always going to be slightly difficult, but goodness, this is what Zambia needed. The player who can take on players, and this is what he's doing now. Substitution time, Don Samuel Super, and Zambia is substituting Kampamba. Fans not happy though.
They know what he's capable of now. Samu Jompa is coming on to defend. This is a defensive substitution. Kelvin Mubanga, one of the best players in this side.
Well, it's very good going forward. What Zambia is doing is trying to hold on. And the best form of defense is attack, so they say. Yeah, but at times maybe the best form of defending is defending. That's what this technical bench has put across here, and let's see if that does work. Eswatini will be happy because they can go forward. If they know about the Zambians, they'll be telling them, guys, that defending, attack them. And they could be bringing in an attacking player. He's wearing jersey number 9. So yes, Dlamini is an attacker. He will be wanting to go forward. So Zambia is defending their attacking side.
Well, the two teams have got a contrast.
But even then, Zambia still goes. And again cleared. Throw in to Zambia. Little good 1-2s though. Passing game from Zambia. Really triangles, opening up the defense. But at times, most times, doesn't lead to anything. Spirit takes the ball out and it's a throw in to Eswatini instead. They want to take it away into the Zambian half. Zambia want them to keep it in their half, because as long as they're in their half, it's not highly unlikely that they will score. It's a bit too far, obviously. Tostan Sabata would not want to concede again after the second goal is really attributed to him. Good defensive cover, Katema. He loses the ball, and Zambia though will come away with it. Clement. Long one, that Charles, a bit too much. And they'll let the goalkeeper though, Matebula, collect, and he'll quickly try and release that. In as much as they want to make a substitution, they're not even looking. That's how focused they are on trying to get that second goal. And now maybe they just could. A third goal rather. And that third goal is the goal. Katema does a good job. Charles, a bit too much. Takes it way backward. And got well, all the way to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper can't hold that one, pumps it forward. There's really no one there. You remember Banda though. Good control, beats his marker. Akayanda, we like to call it. Wide again to Shamenda. Little chip, yes. He's got a player offside. Substitution time, Summit Super. Knife edge this game.
Well, they're bringing in Dlamini, Boginkosi, and one of the goal scorers, Matse Sifiso, has been withdrawn. So Costa Papic going for broke, like for like, a striker for a striker. And at the moment, we look like we're going to have a very nervy final minutes.
Oh, they have a chance here. Zambia bubbles, and they've scored. Well, no, there was an offside position situation there. Well, it ended in the back of the net, I'll tell you that. Oh, this is what do they say? The Zambians like to say, we had my hat in my mouth. What a moment that. So offside. So 3 minutes of regular time. There should be some added on time, we suspect.
The Eswatini will be kicking themselves. They don't understand what went on there. Costa Papic is in a mini conference with the fourth official. Here comes Zambia.
Throw in Zambia here, and Mwilapiri will take. He's taking a bit of his time because it's deep in their half, and they know time is running out. 2 minutes of added on, 2 minutes remaining before regular time comes to a close. Remember Banda under pressure. Piri now, chance to cross. He brings it in, and there for Zambia Katema. He has to pass it backwards. Benson Sakal under pressure again to Chama. Lays it off to Charles Zulu there, but the first touch didn't really come off. Goalkeeper gets Tabula, but this is Eswatini side. You have to give it to them. They're very good away sides. They are so adventurous. They don't know the meaning of a lost cause. They were 2-0 down at some point, but what do you know? It's 2-2 now. Paul Katema under pressure. It's been fouled. Yes, free kick Zambia. Now we can see that Dlamini Pinda is insisting that Paul Katema is buying time.
Very industrious Paul Katema. He hasn't stopped running in that midfield, and he knows what time it is, and there he goes.
Always running. He's always on the move, Paul Katema. You gotta love him. Now Mwilapiri though takes a sweet time in swing up curves it all the way. He's got such a range for a pass to Charles Zulu. Charles in possession. Oh, he beats himself. Long one that. And keep it in play. Oh, brilliant control. Oh, maybe spoke too soon. It actually went out. Right where Pastor Makembo's minions, if you like, are situated, supporting away, but they're beginning to feel a little pressure as well. Pokatema shoots from distance, but really, where was it going now? And again, Mwilapiri inside. They've got chance here that getting into that 18. A player goes down, free kick. Oh, dangerous position this for Zambia. Zambia has to make sure that they are in good position, and it was a great opportunity here for the substitute Hanelo, who was brought down.
Eswatini were on the attack. Boginkosi and Fanelo, the two substitutes combining, and Zambia giving away a free kick in a very, very dangerous position. And
I'll tell you one thing, Samba, 2 minutes of added on time. That's what's there. But let's see what happens here on this free kick. Whoa. Those of you who can't take pressure, maybe this is a good time to look away, because should this one go in with 2 minutes of added on time and we're on the 90th minute, you might want to say it's game over. Eswatini qualifies. Tostan Sabata in goal has to make sure the war has to be strong. They chip it and they hit the upright. Zambia heads away. Whoa, Tosta was beaten for toast. Yo. Hey, that one there though. Throw in to be taken by Panelo. It's going to be a long one this. Right in that 18 area, Zambia doubles up, bubbles, and it goes off, and they're chasing there with Sandile. Is he going to keep it in play? He does. But just keeping it and being pushed everywhere, and again goes out by Silwimba. But this is what happened this summer.
Dangerous set piece. Tosta was beaten, ends up, and the bar comes to the rescue of Zambia.
Hey, what a game we've had. Eswatini take a bow. That's such a great side, I'll tell you that. And the fans can breathe the collective sigh of relief as the referee blows the final whistle. Zambian players have gone on their knees.